Hello YouTubers, and welcome to a new video of Arepas for Dinner. For the ones who don't know me, my name is Andrea and I make videos about my life in the Czech Republic. If you follow me for a while, you realize this is not my normal background, but the truth is that my husband is in home office at the moment, 3 weeks, crazy quarantine type of thing. So I'm recording from the living room, which, I don't know, it's a very cute environment to record, to be honest. So today's video is gonna be super simple because it's answering questions that you guys had for me. I went on my Instagram, that by the way, you should follow me there because definitely is the first place where I interact with you guys for sure. What did you want to know about my life here, about my pregnancy, because yes, I'm pregnant, and about pretty much anything. So I picked the best questions and I'm gonna answer them here. So that's it, let's start with the video. The first question I got was, how is it to communicate only in English for you and also for Jan? Jan is my husband. So actually it works very good. First of all, we both speak quite acceptable English, I believe, but at the same time, we don't consider it to be English because what we speak is kind of a common tongue. Whatever we can use to communicate as best as we can or to the best of our abilities. I believe anyone who's an expat living in a country that is not an English-speaking country is not actually speaking English, is actually speaking a common tongue. Because the common tongue is very permissive and the only final goal of a common tongue is to understand each other. So when expats say things like she are or my boyfriend was coming, she's a little bit late, nobody is like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what you're saying. Because the common tongue, the most important about a common tongue is to just understand the meaning of the phrase or of the sentence or of the situation that the person is explaining to you. So I believe for us it has been very easy to communicate in English because we've incorporated words in Czech, words in Spanish. We have our own mix combined, crazy words. And I don't know, I got used to that. I've been doing that already for 3 years married and like so many since dating. And it has been great and getting better every day. Another question, is there gluten-free options in Prague? Well, the truth is, if you follow a little bit my journey, I had infertility, now I'm pregnant. So I did try to go gluten-free for a while because some people told me it might help. So I don't know about the restaurants because when I went gluten-free, it was already locked down. So all the restaurants were closed, only to take out. And I'm not a fan of takeout. But if you do want to try some very nice gluten-free options and some interesting things, you can go to Arepas de Lina. I really love Lina. She's such an amazing human and her food is amazing. It's Venezuelan food, by the way. But yeah, as well, Rohlik carries a lot of gluten-free options and their bread, like the frozen gluten-free bread, I still buy it. As well as Maria cookies. You cannot really find Maria cookies in Czech Republic almost anywhere. So Rohlik carries gluten-free Maria cookies and I buy them because I like Maria cookies. So for the ones who don't know, I have a little announcement about the pregnancy. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know, but if you don't, I'm gonna say it right now. It's a girl! We're expecting a girl and we are over the moon. So excited for her. And they asked me if I have a name. The truth is that we always thought it was gonna be a boy. So we only had names for boys and we've been joking, naming her like Gertruda as a joke. It's a joke. We're not gonna name her Gertruda. But the thing is that we don't have a name for a girl. So if you have ideas, pop them down in the comments. I'm asking everyone to give me 4, 5, 3, whatever amount of names do you like. Just give me girls names options, and I'm gonna make sure to read all those comments. And yes, so please do that. We're still looking for that name. How did it work for you to get pregnant? Was it just luck or did it take some help? The truth is that I wanna do a full video on what it took for us to get pregnant. We struggled with infertility for a long time, and I do wanna make a video about our journey, but it's something that maybe I want to wait until the baby's here. I don't know. The thing is that I am very active and very outspoken about the fertility issues we had. So if you want to have if you have like any specific questions about your own fertility journey, you can go on my Instagram and ask me. I'm super active there. I always answer to all the DMs, especially when they're like, questions about these types of things. I really enjoy interacting with you guys there. So go to my Instagram, ask me whatever you want to know specifically, and as well wait for that video because it's coming maybe when baby's here, maybe a little bit before, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we did treatments here in the Czech Republic. So if you're thinking of doing a treatment in the Czech Republic, maybe go ask me over there and we can talk a little bit about your situation, my situation, and how can I help you. They asked me, can you speak a little bit of Czech? Ano. Já mluví trošku čeština, ale já bude ne. Příští rok. I'm forgetting it. Okay. Last year I went to a Czech school and I did learn a lot, and I'm able to call in the phone when I know I cannot use English. I'm able to use Czech. And just so you know, I never go to a person and say, hello, how are you? I just say like, promiňte prosím, mluvíte anglicky? And if they say no, I'm like, okay, and I try my Czech. If they say a little bit, I say, don't worry, you know, I can understand you, and that's it. But yeah, I speak a little bit of Czech. I've been here for a while, but I have to be very honest with you guys. Quarantine has set me back so much because I no longer have like events that are in Czech with my Czech friends. So it actually makes a little bit less sense for me to be speaking Czech right now. Hopefully, once the quarantine is over and once this one is out of the ballet, we're gonna start learning to speak together. Worst pregnancy symptoms. So I made an entire video about that, and probably my worst pregnancy symptom is food aversions. I had my real craving just yesterday or the day before that it was ricotta cheese. They had it in Lidl. I bought an entire jar and I ate it with a spoon. So yeah, that was the first time that I actually had a craving, because everything I've had so far, and I'm 5 months pregnant, was aversions, food aversions. So that has been very hard. A lot of nausea, puking. They said it was going to stop at week 12. I'm 19 weeks and it hasn't. So yeah, definitely the worst part, I guess. My cousin asked, what do you miss more about US, me or Walmart? Well, both. You in Walmart with me. I really want to go to US. We wanted to go to US this year to visit. I have so much family living in the US, American family. And unfortunately, because the borders are still closed, we might not be able to go. And that's breaking my heart, really. So probably we will have to go once baby is here. Do you regret settling down in Czechia? Well, I just made a video about this. The thing is, whenever you move, and the more you move, the more you miss what you had before. It's just a cycle and it happens. Usually I like living in Prague a lot when there's no quarantine and no this madness. Right now, I'm not loving it because I'm just constantly comparing my life in Prague with how other places where I lived in are handling the situation, aka Florida, Caracas, Venezuela, Valencia, Spain. And all of those have seen more freedom that we've seen in the Czech Republic. So yeah, at the moment, I'm not super happy with being here, but I know once the pandemic is over, I hope really things are gonna go back to normal and I'm gonna go back to love my life in Prague. How do you feel about certain colors being specific to certain genders? For example, red, blue, pink, whatever. The truth is that even though I know they're trying to break through that, meaning they're trying to allow babies to wear whatever, I was a very pink baby. So I actually want my baby girl to be very pink. I do like how little kids look dressed up in their baby colors, meaning boys blue, girls pink. But probably I'm gonna do that, like I have to be honest. But the nursery is actually not gonna be that pink, I think. I'm looking more towards something white, gray, maybe beige, is something more like natural colors and maybe some accents of pink for the baby girl. But yeah, no, I actually like that. When did you and Jan knew you wanted kids? In a perfect world, how many kids would you have? So me and Jan, I think we started wanting the kids after being here, I think for 6 months. So it has been like about 2.5 years. I was on the pill, I was getting off that and everything. And then, you know, infertility happened. So I thought that by now we would be pregnant with the second one or third one. But no, second one. But yeah, that didn't happen. And in a perfect world, I think I always wanted 3. And I always as well wanted to adopt, but that's something like much more complex that one day I'm gonna talk more about. But yeah, my heart is open for adoption regardless if we got pregnant naturally or not. I would still look up to that as an option. And yeah, at the moment, because of all the fertility issues we had, if God wants to give us 10 kids, I will take them. Like, yes, please, like honestly. Oh, I got a lot of comments saying that they love my videos and how spontaneous I am. I think I try to be positive, but at the same time, I try to be realistic in these videos. Thank you for your support. Sometimes I come out a little bit rude or a little bit raw, but that's me. That's my personality. And sometimes it's very, very fun to watch super positive people online. But some other times, maybe I like to watch something that is more, foot on the ground. I don't know how to say that, like realistic. How was the economic in Czech due to COVID-19? I guess you mean how is the economy right now in Czech Republic? Well, I'm a very opinionated person towards politics because I come from a country that has a communist dictatorship. So of course I do get involved in politics because politics manage pretty much, you're seeing it with the pandemic. It managed a lot of aspects of our lives. So when politicians do things wrong, the ones who suffer are, the citizens. So at the moment, everything is pretty much closed in the Czech Republic. It has been since pretty much September without taking into account 2 weeks during December. So shops and everything is pretty much, you can only shop online. You cannot shop for clothes like Zara and those stores have been closed forever. And, all these people that have businesses like beauty salons and everything, they're receiving payments from the government every month so they don't feel the need to open. But of course, that money is coming from somewhere. So we are literally paying all these people for not working for a long time. So this is the first time that actually the internal production, I don't know how you say that in Spanish, is Producto Interno Bruto, or like the internal product of the country is the same as it was in 1990. So we literally lost 30 years of progress towards that. And that's like terrible. And I do think this is going to affect our taxes very negatively. I'm not talking right now about the virus, but how the economy right now it is in Czech Republic. And I feel now everything is kind of pending on a thread, because here you cannot just fire somebody, you have to give them 3 months salary, and it's not that easy. So a lot of people is not getting fired and they're just held in their position because the companies don't want to fire anyone to not pay those 3 months, because otherwise they would go bankrupt. So it's this big cycle of nonsense, and I do think we're going to be paying for that for the next 10 years, unfortunately. Do you have a plan to go all natural in your birth without painkillers, or how you want to do it? The truth is, in a perfect universe, I would be in a private clinic with a private room. My husband would be able to sleep with me every night. I would have a full epidural, and from 4 centimeters all the way until the baby is in my arms, and I would stay in the hospital for 2 nights. That obviously has nothing to do on how it works in the Czech Republic. Here, getting an epidural is not that easy or common. They only put it, I think, in between 5 to 7 centimeters. So if you're more than 7, they don't put it. If you're less than 5, they don't put it. They don't put the drip. Only in Motol they put the drip. Otherwise, they only put an injection, which only lasts for 2 hours. So if you have a delivery of like 6 or 7 hours, you pretty much are gonna just suffer through it. As well as your husband might be able to be present while you're giving birth, but he won't be able to sleep in because there's no place for him to sleep. And no private rooms pretty much anywhere, or each hospital can have 1-2 private rooms, which you can pay for. But imagining an entire hospital with only 1 or 2 private rooms, they're always taken, and there's no way you can reserve them. So yeah, my perfect birthing plan is not going to happen in Czech Republic, and I've come to peace with it. I just hope that I can go home pretty fast and that I'm not going to go through a cesarean or C-section. And yeah, if I can get epidural all the way until I have baby in my arms and I don't have to suffer like a crazy person, I would love to do that. I'm no for pain, and I don't want to suffer through that. I don't think there's anything amazing on suffering to give birth. I don't think so. Otherwise, if I wouldn't be able to get an epidural, I would much rather give birth at home, to be honest. But we know as well that in Czech Republic, that's not normal. It's almost illegal. It's not legally illegal, because the European Union forbid countries to make illegal to give birth at home, but at the same time, you don't have any doctors assisting you at home. You only have like doulas, and the ones that can assist you cannot work in hospitals because there's this little war in between hospitals, and I'll make a full video about that. It's very complicated. And I have 2 more questions. What do you think about the current government regulations, and do you think schools should open? Okay, so I do think schools should open, and I think the teachers should have been put in like the first people that needs to be vaccinated, same as doctors, so schools could open even faster. I also think that it should be up the parents to choose if they want to put the kids in school or if they want to keep homeschooling them. But at the same time, I know Czech Republic doesn't have a good homeschooling system, and I know Skype classes are not the same or as efficient as homeschooling. So yeah, I think going back to school is pretty important for the health of the kids, for their social skills, and for so many other things, as well as the kids that are now entering their senior year and those important steps. Yeah, I think school should be open again, for sure. It's a very high topic. It's a very complicated topic. Maybe do the fast COVID test every week to all the students that want to assist to class. I don't know. Like, that's just my thoughts. And what I think about the current measures, you already heard me saying something of this before. I am extremely unhappy on how everything has been managed in the Czech Republic. Unfortunately, I was living in Florida, and I really like how Florida is managing it. They didn't close absolutely anything. I do believe that schools were closed a little bit, or it was distant learning, but pretty much restaurants, everything was pretty much open. They just had to have like a lot of measures for like cleaning and keeping everything like up to point, and the gel everywhere, and forcing people to put gel when they enter the restaurant, and all those little things really help. And I don't think those measures that are so important are being implemented here. Instead, they're doing the easy thing, that is just close everything, which in my opinion is terrible. Then you have, for example, how they're doing it in Venezuela, that they're doing 7x7, meaning 7 days or a full week. You have like full quarantine. You can pretty much not go out of your house, only supermarket. And then 7 days you have full open. You can go anywhere you want, of course, wearing mask and disinfection and everything. And we were in Venezuela this Christmas because I needed to go to the OB-GYN. And I was impressed on the level of like how much they were cleaning everything. In the supermarkets, there were gel everywhere, or a person actually spraying your hands so you couldn't like avoid it or not do it. To enter the restaurants, you actually had like pads with like disinfectant for your shoes, and you had to do it mandatorily. You couldn't just skip it. And all the waiters and everything, they were not just wearing masks but face shields as well. So they were putting all these super extra measures that I was very impressed with. And when we came back, we were outraged. Literally in the airport, they asked me to get my phone because I completed the COVID whatever questionnaire here. And the guy, without gloves, without cleaning his hands in between phones, literally grabbed my phone and scrolled through it to see that I did the questionnaire. And I was like, literally, I just entered, and I haven't seen any disinfection. I haven't seen the little rooms where they put the gas, the disinfection gas. Nobody was wearing gloves. It was just like, I think the problem here is that they're not emphasizing in the hygiene procedures, and they're just emphasizing in like closing everything and literally bankrupting the country. So yeah, I'm super against it, obviously, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm so sorry to finish the video in this like low note. I wish I had more questions for you guys, but those were the questions, the most interesting ones that were asked in the Instagram. Don't forget to follow me there, to follow me here. And that's it. I make videos every week. They usually come every Wednesday. No, they usually not. Every Wednesday I post a new video. So make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna leave this ball here for subscription, and I'm gonna leave 2 videos here that I know you guys are gonna get very enthusiastic about, and you might enjoy them as well. So click this ball to subscribe, or click these 2 videos to watch more content of my channel. So that was it, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.